Burn them if you got them, Jonathan. Fibonojji, Durango, Colorado. You know, one thing I've been wanting to do here is kind of work on my photojournalist skills. And, you know, one thing I love about Durango, obviously just the epic beauty. It's not hard. In fact, I think most of my videos are just talking about all the things about Durango that I love. We even have Eye of the Tiger. You know, I'm not sure what that tree is called. I think it's called a iris tree or a cornea tree. It's out here in beautiful Durango, Colorado. So here I am, Jonathan Fibonojji, local photojournalist, photographer, joke teller, community reporter. You know, one day, I would like to work for the San Francisco Chronicle and kind of be a community reporter, because I just think that there's a lot of value in local community reporting. Like, for example, there's a new kind of a new food truck place opening up. I think it's 11th in Maine. I'll take pictures of that another time, but I thought this was really cool. They're literally fixing a railroad track. You know, being from Oklahoma, Duncan, Oklahoma, where I grew up, it's not every day you see people fix the track. But what really made this cool is a beautiful library. I love to photograph groups of people kind of doing different things and men working. So I guess that's what I'll call this video, men working in Durango, Colorado. You know, one thing, whenever you see a bunch of guys working, there's always the one guy that just sits down and watches, or kind of the diva, and everybody else kind of works. Worker, boom, boom. And then, of course, the diva. Isn't that cool? Jonathan Fibonojji. Check this out. This is really cool. You know, this is really hard to see. I don't have the best lens, or, you know, a telephoto lens, but there are 4 roses that are just kind of stuck on that rock. What is the story behind 4 roses? I don't know. Maybe a love gone bad, maybe a love gone good. There's the bridge. You know, there's all kinds of things about Durango that I love. Except, holy shit, parking tickets, court dates. Even going to get a jury trial, kind of work on my photojournalism and talk about important stuff. But until then, walking the Animas River with Jonathan Fibonojji. You know, I'm still looking for a title for this blog. Eventually I'm going to move back to Sausalito, San Francisco area, or maybe another town. And so whenever you try to apply for a photojournalist job at a major news station or a newspaper, they want to know, all right, show us your book of work. So with that said, if there's anything around Durango that you love, that you're a part of, you're like, you know, Jonathan Fibonojji, we see your blog's growing. We know that you cover all kinds of important things, especially whenever they need to stop a river and repair a water pipe. Now, how do you stop a river to fix a water pipe for less than $500? Well, you hire people from Oklahoma, Duncan Demons. Here are some Durangoans. I thought this was really cool. I mean, this is no small task. That's a huge crane, and they are having to fix the river, or fix a water pipe that goes to the river, just to kind of show you what a big job that really is. And I'm not sure how wide that river is, but check this out. You know, I think anybody who's owned a house knows that water pipe starts here and ends here. So they're having to use bags, and it's a big, big job. And the people there are really cool. Oh, by the way, that's one of the best bookstores in Durango. It's called the White Rabbit Books, and it's literally right on the Animas River, kind of the walking trail. I don't know the girl's name that works there, but it's super, super cool, and they have all kinds of just amazing, what do you want to call them? Not rare books, but really cool books, especially native books, or, you know, native art. And Captain Jordan, my beautiful son's name is Jordan. Got a beautiful daughter, K-Bug. Of course, we have some natives throwing me some deuces. They're like, all right, Jonathan Fibonojji, we love your YouTube channel. We're so happy that you are growing. In fact, most of my audience is in California, Colorado, New York, and Florida, and Texas. There you go. Nothing makes me happier than the Bulls, Michael Jordan. There's a reason my son's name is Jordan. Flat Bill, Jonathan Fibonojji. Check this out. What other cool things can I show you? Remember, if there's anything cool around here that you would like me to photograph, maybe an event, maybe you want me to be a second shooter at a wedding. Remember, I don't like Bridezilla, so I always want to be a second shooter. This is Durango. Isn't that beautiful? You know, this city just has so much. I guess because I grew up in a small town, the Duncan Demons. I'm just, you know, it's not every day you see this kind of beauty on a river where people literally surf a river. Eddie would go here in Colorado. In fact, as weird as it sounds, one of the best places to learn to surf, I almost said ski because I learned to ski last year, is to surf the Animas River. There's Shamu, Durango Herald. Did you photograph Shamu? I did. John Fibonojji is the best. Shamu and the Animas River. But this is really cool because, you know, obviously Durango, 26% of our economy comes from tourism. So they really keep the rivers pristine, and they even make it where you can, they've arranged, I don't know what the science of river crafting is. I don't know if that's even a word, but they have made it where you can literally get on a surfboard and surf a river. Eddie would go. There you go, there's a person. Just, and in fact, if you wanted to surf for 20 minutes, if you could stand up on a surfboard for 20 minutes, where do you go? Durango, Colorado. Isn't that amazing? All right, so how do we end this video quickly? You know, I've been watching the growth of this channel, and like I said, Texas, New York, Colorado. But I have never seen a more beautiful town than Durango, Colorado. That's one thing I want to do on this channel. It's not just sharpen my photography skills and hopefully make some money as a second shooter, as a photographer, but I want to use the power of technology, because unfortunately, print is dead. So one day, you know, it's going to come down to who has the largest audience with YouTube channels, and people like the Durango Herald, a newspaper that I like. I think about 50% of the stuff that they print is kind of, you know, bullshit, or kind of, you know, where sort of I don't know, I don't want to get on my soapbox of photojournalism and journalism as a whole, but right now in America, we really don't have journalism. And there is a place for old school journalism. I said I was from Oklahoma, and the Murrah building that Timothy McVeigh blew up, you know, you know, Murrah was a journalist. And there is a place, a very important place, for authentic, honest journalism. And that means talking about things that are important, like federally protected statuses and you know, even things that the local establishment doesn't really want to talk about. That's one of the criticisms I have, if it's even a criticism of the Durango Herald. I mean, they're down to 4. You know, they used to be like a daily newspaper. Now they're down to 4, and the reason is because they're just, you know, they are almost sort of a I don't know, like a local white. What do you want to call the Durango Herald? They're sort of lost, you know. And I noticed that the ACLU is really coming down on beautiful Durango because they're not allowing jury trials, which is a really, really big deal. I mean, when you sanitize justice, or I guess if you want to go off Fibonojji, you know, if the black horse in this particular example is corruption, and you cage up the white horse, equality and justice, well, of course the black horse is going to win, because justice is chained up. And not only as a Christian or as a Jesusan, I prefer the term Jesusan, because Jesus said himself, he says, I've come to set the captives free and heal broken hearts. And one of the things that journalism, at least in my opinion, is to tell honest stories about beautiful communities, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Did you know that Durango even has kind of a get-together where people, they show their beautiful horses? And I don't even like horses that much, but, oh yeah, support the artist. How do you support this channel? Easy, just email me, americano417@gmail.com. If you'd like me to take your picture, maybe with like a family event, second shooter, drop me some PayPal. Go to PayPal, put Americano417, @gmail.com. Just like the coffee. That's a local artist. That's OJ. That was a wonderful story. In fact, the O.J. Simpson story, if you really go back and look at it, I mean, it's 2017 when I'm making this video. You know, if you really, really want to see how courts and you want to just see the American court system, the way it really serves elite, wealthy people, go back to the O.J. trial. And it's amazing. I watched a documentary on the O.J. trial, and it's amazing the things that, or the eyes that you see with 2017 that I didn't even notice when I was it 1994? And holy shit. There you go, little rant on politics. And one thing I want to do is I want to tell some jokes here, and I don't want to make this channel all about politics, but you know, whenever I talk about being a local community reporter, comic, you're like, your jokes aren't even funny. Well, sometimes when you talk about jury trials that don't, you know, where minorities who can't even afford lawyers are denied justice, you just think about, if that's happening in beautiful Durango, can you imagine how bad it is in really urban settings such as Los Angeles? So next time you think about crime, think about, well, when you have entire groups of people that are prevented from or kept out of the legal process, naturally those groups of people, those classes of people, if you want to speak federally protected status language, those people are outside the system and they're abandoned by the Constitution. And so if there's anything you get out of this video, remember, beautiful cities have really, really underbellies, and that doesn't make the city bad. Here you go, Jack Dempsey. You know, one thing about Durango is this cat, I don't know what it is. Everywhere I go, I run into this guy. It's almost become a joke. You know, I'm sitting out there in front of El Rancho, taking pictures of Jack Dempsey's house, 1919. He was sort of a Mike Tyson before Mike Tyson. And this guy walks in. It's almost a joke. And so I just take his picture. It's a beautiful songstress. She's gorgeous. Her tone was amazing. And just one thing that's impressive to me about Durango is just the level of talent of musicians here. So if you are a local musician, you would like me to profile your band, maybe you are a singer-songwriter, I would love to promote you on this channel. Or maybe you just love boxing, UFC. All right, I'm out. John Fibonojji. Email me, americano417@gmail.com. Look at that. Animas River Trail. The Mall Cop, or the River Cop. Thank you for taking this journey with me. If you like this content, email me just like the coffee, americano417@gmail.com. Maybe you want me to take some pictures of your beautiful family outside El Rancho. Boom. Isn't that cool? I love Durango. Love it. Love it, love it. Boom. Thank you for taking this journey with me. Like I said, email me, americano417@gmail.com. Red Richie. Beautiful bike. I don't know what it is, but if you like bicycles or motorcycles or cars, I mean, the bike porn out here in Durango is amazing. Except, shit, we got to talk about that. But another time. Thank you for taking this journey.